you want Jesus to come? That's one of the big questions in Adventism. In these days, the pastor goes up to the pulpit and says, "Church, do you want Jesus to come?" And they say, "Yes, amen." Yeah, hallelujah. Well, for this worship and prayer session, I'd like to turn to Revelation 7, verse 3. Will you turn that with me in your Bibles? Okay, well, I'll just assume you've turned there already. Revelation 7:3 says, "Do not," this is the angel speaking, "do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads." Now, it seems like a kind of an obscure passage in connection with, do you want Jesus to come? But I'd like to take a look at the context of this verse and where in the narrative of Revelation this is popping up. We notice this is in the very beginning of chapter 7. The last part of chapter 6, what do we see? We see the sixth seal being opened, and all of a sudden there's a great earthquake, and the sun becomes black like sackcloth. The moon becomes like blood. And we see all these themes of the end of the world happening. In response to this, we see the kings of the earth and the great ones, and the generals and the rich and powerful, and everyone, slave and free, hiding themselves in the caves and saying to the mountains and to the rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" So, notice the question here that's being asked. Well, these scenes, the end of the world, all these signs are happening, and the people are asking, who shall be able to stand? Who's going to be able to stand in these last days? And that's actually a lot of what Adventism is based on these kind of themes. We've heard of last generation theology, of how we can survive in the last days, and how we can be strong enough to stand without an intercessor in heaven. Well, what does Revelation say in response to that question? Who will be able to stand? And we see chapter 7 come up. Chapter 7 says this picture of these angels coming and holding back the winds, and another angel says, "Hey, hold the winds until we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads." I believe we're living in that time right now. It's one of my favorite verses in the Bible because it points right now, God is holding the winds for you and for me that we may be sealed in our foreheads. Now is the time, after in the 1800s, where we've seen the stars fall on that great day. We've seen the moon become like blood. We've seen the sun become darkened. Those are all past. And since 1844, we've been expecting that Jesus would come soon. Now, the question is, do you want Jesus to come? The normal answer is amen, yes, right? But because of this verse, I've begun to take a bit of a different approach to that mindset. Do I want Jesus to come? I do. I really do want Jesus to come. We will enter into the new age and heaven, big trees, and there will be animals and the way that things are meant to be. But at the same time, I'd like to think otherwise. Let's take this with a grain of salt. I think even Jesus doesn't necessarily want to come. And let me explain what I mean by that. In Revelation 7:3, when he says, "Hold the winds until the servants of God are sealed in their foreheads," perhaps he's saying, hold and wait. I don't want to come yet until you are sealed in your forehead, until you have a complete experience in surrender to me, until you are ready for me to come back. He says, hold the winds until you and I are sealed, until your friends and your family are sealed, until those that you are praying for, that you are crying for, until they are sealed, until they can receive the gospel message and receive the Spirit into their hearts. And I believe that with this in mind, we may not go blindly into the second advent, but we may be like Moses or like Paul, saying, "God, please, even if it costs me my salvation, save these souls that I'm praying for. Save these. Let's have the heart of Jesus together." I'd like to close with a quick word of prayer. Father in heaven, thank you so much for your blessings. Use us to save your people as you've saved us. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.